магистрийн Welcome.
Сайн байцгаана уу хүн үзэгчтэй. Өнөөдөр ороо манай дефактоны төвлөгийн зочноор за хэвлэл мэдээллийн рекламыг худалдаж авдаг, цагийг худалдаж авдаг ийм дэлхийд алдартай компани ГруппМ гэж байдаг. Тэр компаниг үүсгэх захирал Орос хуучин холбоотой Оросуудыг зөвхөн харьяа байсан орнуудыг хамарсан захирал Нейл Хардвик оролцож байна.
Нейл Хардвик. Нейл Хардвикийн хэвлэл мэдээллийн менежмэнтийн дэлхийд тэргүүлэх ГруппМ компани захирал юм. Тэрээр 1983 онд Англиа Рускин их сургуулиас Газар зүйн ухааны бакалавр, Гласковын их сургуулиас Зураг зүйн магистрийн зэрэг тус хүртсэн. Hardwick өмнө нь Саачи Саачийн Зар Сурталчилгааны компани сурталчилгаа хариуцсан менежер, Батес Саачи Зэнит Медиа, Саачи Тайван, Паблициз China, зэрэг зар сурталчилгаа маркетингийн компаниудын гүйцэтгэх болоод ерөнхий захирлаар ажиллаж байсан.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Mongolia.
Thank you.
How many times you visited before?
This is my first time.
My
first time.
What brought you to Mongolia?
Well, business, of course.
Okay.
We have a interesting business here, and we are looking to support it and expand it. We see opportunities in the Mongolian market, and we want to make sure that we are already the first company here, but we want to be the first, the biggest, and the best.
Where do you see the business for you?
I see the business needing attention, it needs thinking, and it needs some structure. I feel the business here for us is growing fast, but we need to make sure that we are able to introduce the latest thinking and not just go through all the phases of development. So we need to be leapfrogging, yes. We don't want to replicate what's happened elsewhere. We want to provide advertisers and the media industry in Mongolia with the latest thinking.
So media industry in Mongolia, it's sort of very vague because not clear statistics. We have only the labor term statistics. Media alone, they say about 400 companies, and then it is about 6,500 Mongolians working there.
Yep.
If you add entertainment, which usually you qualify in many other countries, entertainment and media, it will be 15,000, which is quite substantial for this 3 million economy, 3 million people economy. And yet, in this media industry, not knowing completely all these variables, why you would think that there is a business?
Well, I think that firstly, the real business opportunity is exactly as you've explained. There is too many people, there is too much diversity. You know, it is a country of 2.8 million, and there are opportunities to make that whole industry more efficient. And that's really why we exist as a business, because the big advertising companies, they want to reach their consumers very efficiently. They don't want to spend more money than they have to. And the media owners want to make sure that their advertising is working very well, because that helps them prove their efficiency. And our job is to take market knowledge about consumers, where to find them, where to reach them, how to reach them most effectively, and to make sure that our clients, the advertisers, don't spend too much money. So
you will come from, say, supply side of advertisement?
Yes.
Okay. You said the big clients. Please tell us. Obviously, you are not talking about Mongolian advertisers.
No, but certainly, well, the big clients would be the companies you see out on the streets, so the mobile telephone companies, the consumer goods companies. You know, we all buy products from shops. We all consume. We are all consumers. Housewives consume, businessmen consume, we buy cars, we buy telephones, we buy electrical goods.
What will then you will make it different than the other? You know how many players are in this country? 60 TVs alone in this Ulaanbaatar city.
Right, but that's the point. We're not going to, we don't compete with those people. What we allow an advertiser to do is to choose of those 60 how to spend their money on those 60 channels. So at the moment, people are just buying advertising by the second, not by the target audience, not by a measured vehicle. They're just buying time, and they're buying it on, as you say, 60 different channels. But the advertiser doesn't know who's watching those channels. Are they old people, young people? Are they watching?
How you would know that?
Well, we do research. That's the whole point, because at the moment the industry is lacking clear research. Now, there is audience research being carried out in Mongolia, so this research does exist. We have audience panels. We have 100 people who measure what they are watching. So the children, you know what the children are watching, you know what the men are watching, you know what the housewives are watching, and that allows us
What do you mean audience, 100 people?
Audience measurement panel.
Yes.
So
you 100.
it's like a survey of who's
100
watching.
person, sort of sample.
Yes.
In a statistical
Yes,
in a
and
statistical
their
terms.
television has a box on it.
Yes.
And that box shows us what they are watching. So are they watching
Is it
your
not
channel
that
or
Maxima
someone else's
company?
channel? Yes, Maxima.
So you are doing work with Maxima.
Yes, we are.
All
and
right.
we take that knowledge and then we say to an advertiser, if you want to reach this target audience, maybe businessmen, maybe
Is it
housewives.
your group or what? The Maxima.
Well, Maxima is an affiliate of our holding company, our parent company.
Oh, okay. Please tell us about your company, since it's international. Please describe in general the media industry in terms of advertisement.
Well, I mean, WPP, which is the parent company.
Which means?
Which is just the name of the company.
Okay.
And it's the world's biggest marketing media research company.
Okay.
And globally, in terms of GruppM, we place every third advertisement you see. So anywhere in the world, on average, every third advertisement we put there.
1/3.
1/3.
Which makes
it very big.
How about a year? It's a public company or not?
It's a public company.
Well,
it's listed in the US and the UK.
In New York, right?
Yes.
And then being a public company, 1/3, what would be the about the billing?
The billing is about 100 billion US. So it's a lot of money.
100 billion.
Yes.
So that means about approximately 300 billion advertisements.
There's a lot of money, a lot of money in advertising, of course. I mean, you know, places like the US, the UK, Germany, China is the second biggest ad market. Japan's a very large advertising market. The UK, Germany, France, Australia, Canada, Brazil, they're big markets.
Yep. And what makes you be so superior all around the world and having all this?
I would say
why they should come to WPP?
Three things. The first one is that we use intelligent data. So we make the advertisers more effective. You know, if we buy on their behalf, we are able to analyze how much of this TV station, how much of that TV station, how much to put on internet, to measure the internet spend, to work out when our consumers have seen the advertising the right amount of times. So we create efficiencies for our clients. And as you know, as a client, if you can come to us and get a better placement of your media and save you money, so instead of spending 100, you can reach your audience by spending 70, that is a good saving. The second way we are very successful is because we do big deals. So we spend more money on Google in the world than anyone else. So of course we get the best price. We spend more money on most TV stations in the world. So of course, as the biggest buyer, we get the best price. So the second point is that we do conglomeration deals, and therefore our clients get the best pricing, better than if they went direct.
So you are charging, say, about $100 billion a year, and you are spending for marketing, for example, for Google. To be number one on the Google, what do we talk about?
A lot of money. But that's not difficult because we have the biggest global clients. So, I mean, if you name the big global clients, the big marketing companies, whether it's Jaguar Land Rover or VW in the car sector, whether it's Procter & Gamble, whether it's Beiersdorf, so all these big...
Even the competitors can go to you.
Yes. No, the advertisers come to us.
Yes.
Welcome.
Advertisers of the competitions.
Yes,
Maybe it come in one car, the other car, you know.
Well, we as GruppM, we look after 4 different advertising agencies, and they work for each of the clients. We manage them as a holding company, and we do the consolidated trading and buying to make sure they get the best deals. And we also ensure that we buy the best research so that we can target the right consumer in the best way at the cheapest price.
Basically, you know what is the consumer, what is the customer's taste up to date.
Yes, we do, and we know who's watching which media. So in Mongolia, obviously for us, what we would like to know is who is watching your program, the type of people, so where they live, they are presumably businessmen, they are presumably interested in economic things, but they are probably the decision makers who decide what car to buy. They probably are decision makers regarding banking, decision makers regarding business decisions. So if you're a computer company, you want to reach businessmen, your program would be a good program to reach. We wouldn't place an advertisement for a business product in a housewife program about cooking. That is the wrong product.
Well, that's the whole confusion in our media.
Yes.
These TVs, they advertise with everything.
Because they're buying, in this market, people are buying seconds. They buy time, yes.
And they go, with brand luxury names, potentially can go with the lowest, product they bought at the border.
At the wrong time of day, on the wrong program, to the wrong audience, and that creates inefficiency. So we are here to basically say to those advertisers, look, we've got the data, we've got software that's been created globally to manage, so we can manage that if we put one ad here, we put another ad on this channel, we reach your audience who you want to reach very efficiently.
Formulate the accuracy of the data?
With a lot of very smart computer programs. We take the consumer data from the viewership panels. We take our knowledge about viewership of different programs. We look at who's watching which programs, which combinations of programs. And then we also understand that you need both to reach the frequency, so you need to see an advertisement 4 or 5 times. We don't need to see it more. If you see it 4 or 5 times, that's normally enough. But we want to make sure all of the businessmen see it, not just 2% or 3%. So the way we buy is that we ensure that some people don't see it 100 times and some people see it no times. We want everybody to see it 4 or 5 times. If you spend more money getting people to see it 100 times, you're wasting money. So really the message we try to our clients is that you need the right thinking, the right software, the right experience.
Oh, what a work.
And we can save money. And everybody likes saving money. And for the TV channels as well, if you're selling the right program to the right people, it's good for you because your businessmen don't want to see advertisement for women's hair color or for cooking products in your show. They want to see advertising that's good for them. Advertising for travel, advertising for business, advertising for business services. So that's what we do.
The very existence of media. It's a hard task on the one side you to be independent.
Yes.
Editorial independence, and you have certain ethics, and you should, in order to give the right information to customer, yet you have to earn money for existence, and that money is coming from advertisement,
yes,
which is good value for advertisers.
Yes. Well, we only take the money from the advertisers. We don't take the money from the media companies, because then, yes, we would be accused of wanting to place advertisements. So our position is very clear. We don't own media. That is, you own the media. We have to be independent.
Yep.
We are not an advertiser ourselves. So
that's
we
the integral
don't
part.
need so we sit in the middle, and we can be completely careful about who we choose, making sure that we only deliver the best value. So we are independent. We don't need to spend money with a certain advertiser. We choose the best advertiser.
We don't have yet that sort of bigger player, probably economies of scale, but down the road there may be small companies that are starting this business. It
is interesting because we, in my region, I look after Russia and the CIS countries, and also places like Georgia. So when I look at the market in Moldova, I look at the market in Georgia and Armenia, in Azerbaijan and places like that, we can see that the market does develop because in the TV market in Mongolia, is nearly 20 million US dollars. That's quite a lot of money. It is not difficult to take a small amount of that money and to do research to understand how to spend the money more effectively.
You know, we talk about TVC, you said $20 million. They have been estimating there could be even more,
Yes.
including other advertisement, and we find the industry about maybe at least $60 million industry
It
or so.
could well be, and it should be perhaps more, but the advertisers are not going to spend that extra money until they know they are buying efficiently.
As soon as you will get them knowing exactly what is the efficiency result of their money, they will, I think, it will very much streamline the industry.
It's interesting because as our industry has developed, nowhere in the world has advertising slowed down. The proportion of money spent by the big consumer goods companies on advertising always goes up.
I think by nature advertising will not go down.
No.
There will be more competition, different products,
So
new
yes,
technology.
we don't create, I mean, it's a bit like saying that the new airliners, the new airplanes, they take less fuel, they fly faster, they are more comfortable. It doesn't mean you fly less, it means you fly more. So the more we improve...
Cheaper, affordable,
Yes,
faster.
the more we make it more accurate, the more we make it a better product, the more we ensure that when the money is spent, it's spent well, the more people want to spend the money on communicating. If there is an advertiser out there today and he doesn't know whether his money is being spent very well because he's not getting the data, or he doesn't use an agency like ours to buy the data, then he's not aware of whether it's a good spend or a bad spend. When he knows it's all good, then he will want to spend more.
Mr. Hardwick, because my program is also about you,
Yes.
want to our audience know a little bit about what does it take to be an executive like you in such a large company, and what is the education, parents? Please tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm in some ways quite strange. I studied geography and map making at university when I was growing up in England. And I didn't plan to get into this industry, but it was a job that as soon as I started, I really enjoyed and really liked. But also I left the UK 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. So I've traveled the world. I've lived and worked in Central Europe. I've lived and worked in Asia, in China, and now based in Moscow.
Doing the same job?
Doing a
same
similar
industry?
job in the same industry. But the job has changed over the years, because when I started in this industry, there was no internet.
What was the company?
I started with a company called Saachi Saachi, which is very famous.
Company now.
Yes. And actually, strangely enough, the global boss of WPP, he also started in Saachi Saachi.
Okay.
But 21 years ago, he left and set up his own company called WPP, and he's grown that to be the biggest in the world. I certainly like working for the strongest player in our industry, because it's nice to be big, but being big is not the objective.
Yes.
Being able to improve our clients' products and our clients' marketing, that's what we live for. That's what makes me excited. But going back to your question, I find that despite the fact I've travelled all over the world, and despite the fact that I now look after 14 countries which are very different from each other, different development, different geography, most of what I do and most of what my clients do and most of the media companies like yours are actually quite similar. What you need from your advertising department is the same thing. You want to place good advertising on your program so that your viewers get informed and educated about products. What we want to do is to make sure we place that advertising very efficiently so that my clients can communicate to your audience, but not to do so at the wrong time in the wrong way.
What is it like working in Russia now?
Oh, it's exciting. It's a growing market. It's been a great time. I've been in Moscow for 5 years. And obviously Russia is a fast-growing market. Russia is a developing market in terms of the techniques. The share of internet advertising in Russia has been growing very fast over the last 5 years. And we are working hard with the media owners and with the advertisers to, as I say, create a better environment for advertising.
So meaning that you will also work for not only TV but also internet advertising, all platforms?
Internet, outdoor, print, radio. So yes, we work across every media. We also work in social media. So we, especially in the digital area with the internet, there's a lot of opportunities for new ways of reaching people.
In Russia, in terms of, I'm trying to structure the media industry, print advertisement, online, then TV, how you would fragment Russian?
At the moment, about 50% of all money is spent on television. And television still, yes, television is still a very strong media. But interestingly, television globally hasn't suffered in the same way as people expected 5 years ago. Partly because people still watch television a lot, especially the good quality programs, but at the same time they can be on 2 screens at once. So we see now that lots of people they're watching television, but they are also have their iPad.
Yes, which is internet.
Which is internet.
Now, as we say, internet on TV, on TV on the internet.
Well, and sometimes linked together.
Convergence.
Yes, definitely convergence, because what we can now do is we create the advertising on the digital platform that can work off the television.
Okay.
So if you're watching a television program, say, about fashion, you can then, on the digital screen, you can actually order that fashion online. Live.
But actually you are not doing the platform, the advertisement yourself.
We have companies that create the ads themselves, yes. We have creative companies in the group as well.
Okay, what's the name?
We have J. Walter Thompson,
yes.
Ogilvy and Mather, Gray.
Oh, those are
Y&R,
all big names.
All part of WPP, all very big names.
Wow, and Saachi Saachi?
No, that's my original company. They are the competition now.
Competition, and
yes.
They are doing both too?
No, Saachi just do creative work, so they create the advertising. We, as I say, are a media-focused company in GruppM, but as WPP, yes, we have advertising creative companies, we have media placement companies, we have digital development companies who create content for mobile phones.
Yes.
We create content for iPads and places like that. And we also have research companies that allow us to understand what the consumers are doing, what they are watching, what they are interested in. So yes, it's a very big group.
So back to the market structure, 50% of TV on TV. What is the print, and then if you take the rest of
internet
internet?
Is second. Internet is now the second biggest at about 25%.
25%.
And then obviously outdoor, print, radio, cinema. So. But you know, the future is interesting because you take markets like the UK. In the UK, the biggest media sector now is internet. Yes. Bigger than television.
Okay, so already over TV.
Yes.
And that's the trend, no?
That is definitely the trend. But again, we like to not worry about the delivery device because interestingly, lots of people are watching on their digital devices, on their mobile devices, they're watching commercials, television commercials on their small screen.
Yes.
So, you know, it is, for us, we don't mind really, if as long as you are the right person, we don't mind where you see the advertising as long as it's the correct environment.
And plus they have a choice.
Yes.
Customer has opportunity to choose.
You do, and more importantly, whilst we know who's watching your television program, when it comes to digital, we really know. We know about you, we know about your age, we know where you are, because your digital device sends us information. Now, we don't know your name.
Including all social media as well.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, that's the whole beauty of digital
It is the beauty.
Information.
And the reason we love it is because, going back to what I said at the beginning, it creates efficiency. So I can now place advertising literally to the people that our customers want to reach. So if they want to reach only businessmen in Ulaanbaatar who are 45 to 55 years old, on television I can't do that. I can do it, but I have other people watch. I can't be very targeted.
Sort of
customized specifically for you.
Wow.
And what we can also do is something called retargeting, so that we know if you then if you see the advertising on your tablet and you touch it and you go to the website, we know you went to the website, so
Yes.
we know you were interested.
Yes.
But if you then don't buy it, we know that you were interested but not enough to buy it.
Because I didn't put my credit card
Because
number.
you didn't put the credit card number in. So we know that you are interested but not ready to buy. So another example, if we are working with a car company like Ford,
What's the name of the method you said?
it's called retargeting.
Retargeting. Okay. All right. Okay.
So if we work with a car company like say Ford or VW, we may know that you own a VW,
Yes.
but it's 4 years old.
Yes.
And we know that last time you bought a car when your car was 3.5, 4 years old.
So it's a time for me.
So we think
to
maybe
buy
it's time
car.
for you to buy a new car.
Maybe preference is the same
Yep.
car.
And we also maybe know that now in your family you have 2 new children. So we know that you might be looking for a different type of car.
Wow.
So that is knowledge, that's market information that we have. And again, it's the reason we want that is not because we want to know about you. I don't need to know about you.
Sure.
What we want is that when our clients spend money with us, they stop wasting money. They
Yeah.
stop sending advertising to people who have just bought a car yesterday. Why would they want another ad about a new car? They
Will
just
you-
bought a car.
Will you know in that way also from tweets and Facebooks?
Yes, we do.
Do you work with them as a company to
Yes,
share
we
your
w-
information?
Yes, we work with them to understand information, but we also put our data and our clients' data. So the big advertising companies, so if you're Procter, if you're Bayersdorf, you also have data because people
Yes.
have signed up to your page
Yes.
on
They
Facebook.
know exactly where, who,
Yes.
how buys, right?
Yes, and
Credit card.
customers give you data because
Yes.
they want to know more
Yes.
about it. So we take client data, our data, media data,
And you smash them.
put it together,
Mhm.
and then we are efficient. And therefore, we are not sending you an ad about a product you don't need. So I don't need an ad about shampoo. You don't need an ad about English lessons because you speak perfect English, and I have no hair. So it works perfectly.
Oh, by the way, you said the Russian market is very interesting, very growing market, and Russia, European part and Asian part.
Mhm.
You also know the information.
Yes. I mean, a lot of our clients do tailor their products and do tailor their advertising to the local geography. So not just a big country. So in the US, they have certain areas where there is more Spanish speaking. So they will tailor the advertising differently. And obviously different TV stations have different languages. In Russia, we do create localized campaigns, especially for our automotive clients, but also for our beauty clients and our cosmetics clients. So we do tailor different products, different messages. The good thing is that obviously when you're using television, you have a national broadcast. You cannot be specific. You can place some regional advertising, but it's
Yes.
harder. But with digital and with outdoor, then you can be very specific because obviously when you put up a billboard, a poster, it goes in one location. So you know where that location is,
Yes.
so you can tailor that information.
How important is this billboard at the road concept? Is it still as good as remember the time of camels back in the US?
Yes. You know, outdoor advertising is still very efficient, but you need to place it very carefully. You need to understand when not to waste money, and certain products need to work better than other products. So products that people know about work better because if you see a billboard for a brand you know and you need reminding, billboard is very good because you see it and you go, yes, I know that. Because you only look at a billboard for a couple of seconds.
Yes.
If a billboard has more than 20 words on it, it's a waste of space because you cannot read it. You don't look at it and stop in the street or when you're driving.
Okay.
Maybe in Ulaanbaatar you can stop because the traffic is slower, but you don't read billboards for more than a few seconds.
For example, we had a big fashion here. Now they are reconstructing our road to the airport. Otherwise, it's like in Moscow, there are two sides of the airport, big board, and usually we had a company's name, and occasionally, almost no, very few times we have product advertisement. What a difference and why?
Yes. Well, depends again what the marketing objectives. And obviously some companies have quite complicated objectives, so they want to achieve 5 different things. We would use different media for different things. So billboard is very good for name recognition. Billboard is very good for visual products. So for cars, billboards work very well because you see the car. And if you stare at a car for a few seconds and you know if you like it or not. So you don't need to read about the engine size. You can go online. So if you're thinking of buying a new car and you see a beautiful new Jaguar and you go, oh, I love that. Then you search online and you can find all the information about the different models, the engines. All the detail isn't on the billboard. That's for you to look somewhere else. So it depends what your objectives are. Also, if you're going to the airport, obviously people want to know about travel products, people want to know about international destinations, maybe a hotel company because you're traveling. So again, we would always select the right media for the right objective. And that's really what we do.
So in the big countries, those posters, advertisements are not by chance standing in a particular places?
No, they're there for a reason because we know who's going to, who goes to airports.
At the airport, through this, we call it neck.
Yes, yes.
You go through it, you see either mobile phone or mobile banking now.
Yes. Because we're reaching, again, the people who want mobile banking tend to be businessmen, and businessmen fly. So we know to reach them at the airport.
And you said it's local eyes companies.
Yes, we try and, again, we're trying to make sure that the solutions we create are the right ones depending on what your company is trying to achieve. So if your company is trying to reach a certain type of people with a certain type of message, we create the best use of different media and to make that happen.
When you think you will be starting operation in Mongolia?
Well, we have an operation here at the moment. We have a partner. We work with a very good company called Das Marketing in Mongolia. And they are already doing exactly what I've just said. They're taking market data, market information, and they are helping clients spend their money more efficiently. And there are lots of big advertisers out there who don't use an advertising agency like us. And my message to them would be, you know, you're buying advertising, often quite a lot of money. I mean, we're talking big money, but you're not really understanding what you're buying because you don't have the audience data. And the people who are buying it are just buying, you know, they're taking money to a certain TV station or a certain newspaper. But you know, do you know who's watching it? Do you know how many times they've seen it? So that's what we are doing now.
We have an anecdote where Mongolians are. They said, oh, they have gone Koreans. How about the rest? They are watching Koreans movie here at home. So there are Korean serials. You know?
Yes, so they're either in Korea or they're watching a Korean television.
That's the situation today so far. You know, what you talked to us was, Mr. Hardwick, a very interesting picture, and I hope your insights will help our businesses in this industry to grow faster, bigger,
and save money. That's what we really love doing.
Save money, and most importantly, companies, exactly they do, exactly 100% they get a return on the money they invest for advertisement.
And we'd love to create a win-win-win. So the media owners win because they get more advertising money, the advertisers win because they are more efficient, and we win in the middle. So
I like win-win-win.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.